Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. I'm going to start with this from Smoke. For those who wanted a clearer picture, but yes, enjoy the silence before the storm. Now, this article, in the beginning of the article, they talk about last year, inflation, interest rates, and wars. But then they go on to talk about 2024 and crypto. The second dynamic is crypto native. Despite the above challenges, the outlook for crypto assets in 2024 remains overwhelmingly positive. Research suggests that any downturns in the early part of the year should be viewed as temporary. This is due to the expected easing of monetary conditions and subsequent injection of liquidity into the market. Following the economic turmoil, which historically leads to a quick recovery and rally in risk assets, crypto assets known for their high sensitivity to liquidity are projected to be among the first assets to recover, outpacing equities in the rebound. That's why I said 2024 is going to be big for crypto, but it hasn't happened yet. You could still buy these cryptocurrencies at very cheap prices. XRP is so undervalued right now, but time's running out on that. XRP is not going to stay under $1 forever, and I think we're going to achieve a new all-time high this year. Why I think XRP can easily reach $25 soon. Now, if all four of these things were to happen, I think XRP would go much higher than $25. Number one, U.S. financial institutions adoption. 2. Ripple lawsuit ended in victory. 3. Ripple IPO. 4. XRP is a bridge currency for CBDC. Now, if all four of those things happen, what do you think the price of XRP would be? Put it in the comments section down below. So Ripple lawsuit ending, and they come to a settlement with the SEC, and it's finally done and over with. That will coincide with U.S. institutional adoption. But depending on how they utilize XRP in the United States, if they utilize it for on-demand liquidity and cross-border payments, I think we could achieve a very high-priced XRP, most likely $25 plus. XRP is a bridge currency for CBDCs, easily 3 digits. Ripple IPO, I'm kind of on the fence about that one, because I see some people saying it would push the price of XRP to 3 digits overnight. Other people are saying we're lucky if we'll see $10 plus for XRP if Ripple was to IPO. That's something we will have to wait and see and what happens around that. And Brad said that's not going to happen in 2024. So that's most likely 2025. But, you know, the rest of this can happen at a very fast pace because now they're pushing full steam ahead with CBDCs all around the world. Boom, stablecoin strength in USD. Fed Gov Christopher Waller suggested stablecoins tied to the US dollar could bolster USD's role as the global reserve currency amid DeFi's rise, countering fears of crypto destabilizing the dollar. Now, I think when they're talking like this about stablecoins, I think they're talking about USDC. Now, something sketchy is going on. BlackRock's war on Tether. Coinbase and Circle both team up against Tether in Congress. Stablecoin regs coming this year. Tether is in trouble now. Like I said, they are coming for Tether. They want to take Tether down so they could pave the way for USDC, which I think is the US digital dollar. But at the same time, they're also going after the miners. Holy shit, here's BlackRock now going after the miners with sanctions in Congress. BlackRock will own the miners. If not under control, they'll be sanctioned. What did I say? BlackRock doesn't lose. Take a listen to this.
Exclusively on and off ramps is insufficient. in the long term, especially as the vision of this space is to move more and more into decentralization. And as you get more acceptance in exchange for goods and services, you can't rely on those on and off ramps anymore. The vision here demands that we have a vision to be able to focus regulation beyond there as the risk profile changes. So in the DeFi report that you mentioned, we highlighted lots of different types of technical features and compliance controls that can be built in at different layers of the ecosystem that could focus, for example, at the network layer where miners exist. A good place to start might be something like sanctions. OFAC has already stated in their compliance guidance that miners may already have sanction screening obligations. So a good place to start right now before imposing new AML obligations on miners or those who exist at the network layer could be to enforce the existing obligations when they validate transfers going to sanctioned actors like Lazarus Group.
So it looks like BlackRock is trying to take down the competition. Same thing with Circle. They want to take out Tether as well. And that's why I said this year is going to be very big. First, we're going to see stablecoin regulations. Soon after, we will have crypto regulations. Take a listen to this. Congressman Brad Sherman tells a panel of crypto industry experts that since none of you are successful criminals, you are not in a position to tell Congress how criminals use crypto. This guy is an absolute clown.
Now, none of you have ever been successful criminals. I think I've got that right. You'll interrupt me if I'm wrong. So you don't know what it takes to be a successful criminal. You're here telling me that the successful criminals don't understand their business when they decide to use crypto. I would venture that since none of you are successful criminals, you're not really in a position to tell us this. What we see is growing ransomware. Ransomware hit $1 billion last year, the highest ever observed. Increasingly, they're using crypto to do it, and they're getting away with it. And they know their business just as you know your business. But let the record show, none of the crypto companies, none of the people here who make money through crypto is willing to stop doing business with the criminal facilitating mixer operations. I yield.
So now they're tying crypto to ransomware attacks. And you know, they just want to crush it. And I think it's not so much all of crypto. I think it's mostly Bitcoin. Because when Elizabeth Warren talks, she talks Bitcoin mostly. Brad Sherman in the past, mostly Bitcoin. I think it's because they know a CBDC is coming and Bitcoin looks like it's going to be competition to their CBDC. So kill it before a CBDC even happens. That's what direction they're actually going in. But at the same time, they also don't want us to get rich from crypto either. They don't even think we should be holding something like XRP. XRP is attractive for asset managers around the globe. It's just a question of compliance and regulation. Jupiter Asset Management had to scrap an investment in 21 shares Ripple XRP ETP due to compliance issues. The reason for the cancellation is the divergent crypto regulation in Europe. MiCA will come into force at the end of 2024. So we're going to get a good look at crypto regulations, but you see how it's already playing a factor inside of crypto overseas with MiCA. And that's going to happen here in the US as well. Anything that isn't compliant is not going to be able to move forward. It's the same reason that any crypto that doesn't have a use case or utility will be gone when crypto regulations come. As an industry, our mindset must be that compliance is non-negotiable. Now, even Ripple's president, Monica Long, has been predicting compliance will have a breakthrough year in 2024. I even think that Ripple knows regulations are coming this year. And I think they were already written a long time ago, and I think they're going to be handed down globally. I still think the World Economic Forum is behind global crypto regulations. But that's just my opinion, because the same way that they talk about crypto regulations is the same way that the EU talks about it, the BIS, the IMF, even politicians here in the United States. A lot of them use the same wording. And that's why I said global crypto regulations makes more sense to me. But Ripple's already been pushing in the way of compliance. They've been transparent with the SEC from day one. It even ended them in a lawsuit with the SEC. And that was because they wanted to hold Ripple back because of their big banker friends. An efficient digital asset such as XRP can and will prevent the next financial crisis. Take a listen to what Chris Larson says here.
Is 10 years out on the financial crisis, we still don't have the infrastructure perhaps to prevent the next one. And I think this is where digital assets can really help, because an efficient digital asset can really solve some of the key problems in global liquidity. The world's got trillions and trillions of dollars tied up in liquidity just to get around how clunky the movement of value is around the world. If with a really efficient digital asset, something like XRP, again, that's what we believe will be the most efficient, you can now reduce trillions and trillions of capital from being tied up. So you can make those transfers instantly as a bank or as a payment provider or as an enterprise without having to have money pre-positioned all over the world. So that.
And the next financial crisis is coming. It's already happening in slow motion right now. And even when it becomes a major problem and everything starts to fall apart, watch how fast they turn to these ISO cryptocurrencies. It's not just going to be XRP, it's going to be XLM, XDC, Algo, IOTA, HBAR. They're going to use digital assets to fix the coming liquidity crisis. On top of that, they're going to use tokenization to fix a lot of the markets as well, especially the real estate market. And that's why I always said, what you're holding is the future. And that's why I'm always urging you to stay patient. Don't get caught up in being frustrated on the price movement of XRP now. Hold strong. Because I want you to get to the point where XRP is hitting those high numbers. And it's going to happen because there's no alternative to XRP out there. But I don't know what's brewing around USDC. I think they want to get Tether out of the way. I even think BlackRock wants to get Tether out of the way for some reason. And then likely after that, they will go after Bitcoin, or they will use Bitcoin differently and create a centralized environment around it where it's fully compliant and regulated, things like that, because that's the direction they're going in. And I said before, any one of these can become a major black swan in the near future, especially if Tether collapses or they put all these sanctions on it. Who knows? The US government is so crooked. I would like to see Tether stick around. Honestly, we don't need anything like this going on inside of crypto. You don't use the US government to get rid of your competition, because that's exactly what we've seen happen with Ripple back in 2020. JP Morgan tried to use the United States government to get rid of Ripple and XRP. The difference is Brad decided to fight back, and that case is still going on today. The second that case ends, you better be holding XRP, though. Until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive. Let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.